Golden State Warriors forward Draymond Green has often been slammed by retired NBA legends, with the likes of Oscar Robertson, Charles Barkley, and several others questioning his on-court antics and his basketball legacy. Some former and current players have also expressed that Green, a four-time NBA champion, has benefited from playing alongside the likes of Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Kevin Durant at various points in his career. However, another NBA legend, Dwayne Wade, is unwilling to disrespect Green. On the WY Network podcast, Wade called the Warriors star a winner through and through and a player whose contributions don't always show up on the box score. "I just think that if someone wants to argue about Draymond's individual ranking, they just want to argue," Wade said. Draymond Green's career would not be talked about him as an individual player. It would be talked about him as a winner, as a team player, as a leader, all these things. Like, if you're a Draymond fan, you can't care what Draymond is ranked as an individual player because he doesn't go out with that individual mentality. Not about individual stats. As Wade alluded to, Green has never put up statistics that paint him as a star. In 13 seasons with the Warriors, he has averaged a modest 8.7 points, 6.9 rebounds, 5.6 assists, 1.3 steals, and 1.0 blocks. Green has averaged double-digit points only 4 times in his career, and only once came close to averaging a double-double, when he tallied a career-high 14.0 points and 9.5 rebounds in the 2015-16 season. However, Green's ability to guard all 5 positions on the floor has always been appreciated by analysts and fans alike. The Michigan State alum has made an impressive 9 all-defensive teams in his career and captured his lone Defensive Player of the Year award in 2017. Besides his defense, Green has often been viewed as the initiator of a Golden State offense that doesn't rely heavily on traditional pick-and-roll or ISO basketball, with Curry excelling without the ball rather than initiating sets. When Big O ripped Draymond Green. While retired players such as Wade appreciate Green's intangibles and his overall impact on winning, others such as Robertson haven't shared the same view. In February 2025, Robertson implied that Green wouldn't have 4 NBA titles if he didn't play on a team with Curry, while reacting to Green's comments about modern NBA offenses lacking creativity. "Draymond says so much," Robertson said, via Cincinnati.com. "Who cares what Draymond says? It doesn't mean anything. You know, people, this is what I mean. One guy can say this, and one guy can say that. The game is what it is. People either like the game, or they don't. And I think people enjoy the game, especially if their team can win. And if you look at the basketball, it might be boring to him because if he's not passing the ball to Curry, what is he doing? I mean, not to single that out, because I think he knows how to play basketball. But he's passing the ball to Curry more than anyone I've ever seen in basketball. And so it means a lot. You know, it might be boring to him at times because of what he's doing. Maybe it is boring when he's out there. He's not shooting a shot. He's not shooting a lot. And he's not guarding a lot. So it's boring." Some fans want the Golden State Warriors to re-sign Jonathan Kuminga, while others simply want the franchise to move on by finding a suitable sign-and trade for the former 7th overall pick. Either way, all Warrior fans can admit to this being a frustrating process that's seen no resolution over 7 weeks since the start of free agency. To make matters worse, it seems like the Kuminga saga still has some time to play out given the latest reporting around the situation. A resolution on Jonathan Kuminga's future might be over a month away. Any fans hoping for an imminent answer on the 22-year-old's playing future should probably think again, with NBA insider Jake Fisher reporting on Wednesday that this could extend all the way through towards the end of September. "We're not, to my latest understanding, expecting any real type of resolution for Jonathan Kuminga's restricted free agency. Not this month and maybe deeper into September," Fisher said. "This is a tough scenario for fans who will have to wait even longer not only for a resolution on the young forward, but also the subsequent free agency signings that are expected to come after being currently stalled by Kuminga's situation. We also shouldn't be too surprised with this pushing on further. Such has been the delay that fans have had to endure so far as the Warriors remain with just 9 contracted players. October 1st has always been seen as a deadline of sorts, with Kuminga having to decide by then on whether or not he wants to take the $7.9 million qualifying offer. Doing so would be a disastrous outcome for both sides, leading to some optimism that a deal could finally be struck in the final days of September. Kuminga is reportedly willing to take the qualifying offer, though, if Golden State don't improve their current offer, which has been presented as a 2-year, $45 million contract with a team option on the second year. Both sides might need to give up a little to meet a common ground, particularly if the Warriors remain adamant that they won't sign and trade Kuminga despite strong interest from the Sacramento Kings and Phoenix Suns. A 2-year guaranteed contract, or 2+1, has been the most commonly forecast deals likely to take place, but Fisher's report suggests both the Warriors and Kuminga will hold their stance until such time as the threat of the qualifying offer is only days away. Al Horford's name has been floating around the league since the start of free agency, and one team has been repeatedly tied to him: the Golden State Warriors. We haven't heard much about Horford and the Warriors recently, but apparently both sides are still very interested in one another. According to Jake Fisher, the basics of a deal for Horford are coming together. He is expected to get a player option when he officially signs with the Warriors, Fisher said, via full court pass. So, what's the holdup, and when will Horford come to Golden State? Horford is 39 years old and has been in the league for 18 years. Some people felt he'd have a tough time finding a new home in the league because of his age, but the Warriors have been attracted to him since the start of the summer and clearly want him. And when they get him, they will give him the benefit of a player option, allowing him to dictate his future. Last season, Horford averaged 9.0 points, 6.2 rebounds, and 2.1 assists on 42.3% from the field. Even at 39 years old, he started in 42 of his 60 games and played for an average of 27.7 minutes per game. Horford can still bring a lot to any team, and the Warriors love the idea of him in their front court. The Boston Celtics would have been happy to have him back, but it's felt like they never really had a chance and have been looking to save money anyway. Horford should have a new home with the Warriors soon, but how soon? Things have been crawling along, but perhaps they will pick up the pace soon.